When was the last time you received a letter, not printed, but written only for you? When was the last time you saw a stationery shop having a crowd for greeting cards in the New Year's? Can you remember the bell of the postman's cycle which announced that the messages from your loved ones have arrived? Have you noticed that we have come a long way? We have progressed. Just like our footmarks, we have also left behind the simple joys of life. The joys which came to us without any propaganda. They just silently kept on making our days delightful. It is said that the ocean waves change the sands every day, washing away the sands along with whatever it had collected. The shells, the lost belongings, the sand castles, and even the footmarks. But as it takes away, it also returns whatever was lost in an unexpected way. Time's ruthless tides storm in and pluck out the old, replacing them with the new. But does the human heart so easily cleanse? But the heart held as dear once, can it be omitted so easily? No. They stay with us, they live with our memories, because they have attached themselves to those small moments of our lives. Moments that feel like home. No matter where we are, no matter how far, these memories are always our way back to the place we truly belong. Just the way in autumn, when the fallen leaves take their flight, they just don't vanish. They leave behind an essence to the branch which held them back for so long. And thus life moves in a circle. They leave behind an essence to the branch which held them for so long. And thus life moves in a circle. What we lose, we surely get that back one day. Hi, I'm Ankita Gautam. In today's story, author Sushmita Sengupta will take us on a journey down our memory lane through the protagonist who waits outside a post office and reminisces about the days of her growing up. The word anemoia means a nostalgic feeling for a particular time that has already passed or a time that was never lived. The protagonist here feels this strange anemoia as she waits for a letter from her friend. She looks around her and contemplates the lost joys of simple life. Before we turn the pages, make yourself comfortable in your favorite position for falling asleep. Switch off all lights and close your eyes. Take a slow, full, deep breath and let go. It's time to set the world aside. Let go of your day and begin your gentle transition into falling asleep. Take another slow, full, deep breath and breathe out any tension in your body. All there is to do now is relax, rest, and be restored. You are in bed now, feeling your body relax from the day. Beginning with your feet, allow all the tension to go out of them now. They have worked hard for you all day and deserve a rest. And so the relaxation in your feet begins to find its way into your ankles, your calves, and your knees. And now, relax your upper legs, your hips, and feel this relaxation flowing up into your abdomen and lower back, and your upper back and chest. And feel this peaceful, relaxing feeling flowing down your arms, into your hands, and out your fingertips, and then up into your neck, head, and face. Now your whole body is perfectly calm, relaxed, and ready for sleep. Soon, you'll be sound asleep, off on a peaceful journey into dreamland that will carry you all the way through until morning. So, as you continue to listen to the story, begin to follow your breath, relax your entire body, and settle in for a wonderful sleep experience.
Hello friends, you will be able to listen to your favorite sleep stories without any ads, only and only on the Neend app. So install our app to stay connected with us through stories.
How long will the beautiful things stay in this world? The lyrics of some forgotten song loomed in my thoughts today. As I passed the same lanes, the same old shops, the familiar signposts, and the unknowingly familiar people, I was unable to put my mind in the present. It seemed to be drifting away, like every second Wednesday of each month for the last 2 years. My destination has been the post office. It may sound strange, but yes, each month I visit the post office to collect a letter from my dear friend, who is currently in some other state for work. 2 years ago, she joined the travel magazine to be their photographer, and since then, she has been touring around the country, and each month, she sends me a postcard with a note in her own handwriting. It is a bit too dramatic, but this is actually the result of a whimsical pledge taken by 2 teenagers. Anyways, today, as I am heading towards the post office, I didn't know. I felt a longing for something I was not sure of. The weather does this at times. It makes the heart yearn, and the mind gets lost in the search for something that is long gone or maybe never existed. Distracted by the thoughts, I looked out of the window of the car, and the warm sun touched my skin like a loving caress. Spring is already here. Spring always comes quietly. After the winter, it's really hard to pinpoint exactly when the air becomes warmer and the cool breezes start to blow. Suddenly, there is a pink explosion of bougainvillea around the corners of the street and the cuckoo's songs from their hidden den. Does the sky not seem a little bluer around this time? Nature dresses up in colors suddenly to welcome another beginning. Carried by these thoughts, I didn't realize when the car stopped in front of the old post office. The very concept of post office has now become archaic. The chats, the MMS, the SMS have brought a curtain call for the postcards and handwritten letters. These days, no one comes to the post office with the anticipation of receiving or sending a letter. The post office itself stands as a fading memory. Although, while I was growing up, letters had already been replaced by telephones. I could sense how it would have felt to read a handwritten letter from a dear friend. Anyway, I entered the building probably for the last time because this was the last time my friend was writing a letter to me. In her last letter, she mentioned going out of the country in a few months, which will end this weird correspondence between two friends. It's not that we didn't talk over phone calls or stay connected through social media, but we never grew out of that year-old pledge taken in the school corridor. I knew I would be connected with her over social platforms, but so would everyone. There would be nothing special like seeing her changing handwriting with each letter. It made me feel special. It made our friendship special. So, I was in front of the post office. The busy road ran before my eyes, carrying cars and busy travelers. My thoughts started to float like the falling leaves, taking my conscious mind to some place of strange familiarity in memory land. I felt a sudden silence inside me, amid the cacophony of horns. The human mind is capable of so many experiences that are too complex to decipher. The human brain can actually stop receiving any sound for a few moments, even when there are noises all around. Think about looking at a falling leaf or a feather when you get immersed in that seemingly insignificant action. Do you recall hearing the honking car horns, the chatter of hawkers, and the footstep of pedestrians? For those few moments, our minds stop taking in any noise that may overrule the quiet scene your eyes are drawn to. But why does the mind get fixed on such an insignificant action? Because when a leaf falls or flies away, it shows change of time. Nothing ever stays the same, and change is the only constant thing. Anyway, my friend's postcard was yet to arrive. So I came out of the post office to wait under the old neem tree. The tree has been here as long as I can remember. For years, it is giving recluse to the tired birds and the exhausted travelers. Change has not touched it. Standing there, I try to recall all those days when life was simple and little joys came to us without even asking for it. I remembered those times when a handwritten letter from a close one felt like an actual presence, no matter how far they were. While growing up, we never knew that someone's presence could be replicated by a video call, and thus we would wait for the dear person to appear in front of our door on those special days. I remembered the stack of greeting cards that I would receive on New Year's, and those little notes we would pass in the middle of a boring class to each other. There is something magical about that time. We had none of the advanced means like today, but some subtle bliss surrounded those days. My gaze lifted to the sky as the afternoon breeze blew away the fallen leaves from the pavement. When was the last time I saw kites flying? Today, the colorful kites no longer adorn the endless blue sky. The breeze felt like an old friend who whispered the memories of those childish joys. Receiving a mixtape was the most valued gift, and only your best friend could make the perfect one for you. Selecting and compiling only your favorite songs, and then taking the toll of finding a cyber shop to turn it into a mixtape. All these reminiscences suddenly brought a smile to my face without even realizing. All the years have passed since my school days. On that very afternoon, I could again see all those incidents in front of me.
Hey friends, introducing Neend, an app filled with sleep stories, guided meditations, and relaxing music. Install the app to enjoy stories without interruption. Available on iOS and Play Store.
Suddenly, I felt an urge to look for my old Walkman once I got home. The Walkman for which I begged my parents for months, until one evening found it lying on my study table. My happiness knew no bounds that day. We were still uninfected by the desire to have a phone, a tablet, or a laptop. And we didn't store our memories in the storage files of the phones. Rather, our treasure boxes were filled with small, insignificant objects collected and received over time. Like a handmade greeting card or a friendship band made of yarn and beads with immature skills. Can any technology of today beat the love and warmth that were attached to every thread and etched into every stroke of the childish writing? They were so perfect in their imperfections. Who knew the aesthetic failure of those imperceptible moments were actually their triumph? I stood there, motionless and still. The afternoon light shifted slowly into a soft hue, washing over the pavement floor and the glass windows of the post office, illuminating its lost glory one last time. With slow steps, I went inside the building to receive the letter from my friend. This time, she had sent me a postcard from Jaipur. And she told me that before leaving the country, she would come to visit me. So, our correspondence was coming to an end. It felt strange. I was supposed to be happy for the long-awaited visit of my dear friend, and I did feel the exuberance, but at the same time, there was a nostalgic melancholy deep within me because the pledge taken by two teenagers was also approaching an end. The only thing that bridged the old with the new was reaching its climax. While the natural world has forever been following the same routine, the human world is constantly changing, alerting, and replacing. Yes, man's life is changing. What was a part of his life yesterday may not be there anymore tomorrow. I don't know how to feel about these changes. As I waited outside the post office for a dear friend's letter, I realized one important thing. As we walk along the path of change, we must not forget to carry the memories of the past with us. The memories of the less complicated ways of life, moments of unclouded emotions, and memories of those little favorite things that are our assets for this life, and the elixirs that will always find their way back to us. Just like the waves of the ocean, time returns those moments in the form of memories to us from time to time. As I was returning home from the post office with my friend's letter in my hand, I closed my eyes and all the memories clouded my vision. My search for the lost time felt like chasing butterflies. Like thousands of butterflies, the memories fluttered before me, bewitching yet so delicate that with the slightest touch they may dissolve. I allowed that feeling to take over me. Keeping my eyes closed, I held the letter close to my heart. The evening breeze soothed the soul, and I slowly gave way to all those times that have passed, to the moments of comfort and warmth that took hold of me. I knew that on some very day again, I will find those simple joys returning to me, embracing me. The ocean of time will surely bring back the things it has washed away. That afternoon, I felt these strange emotions of anemoia as my heart longed for the days I had left behind and could never go back to. Anemoia is actually a time that one has never experienced, but I have had my share of experiences that seem lost today, as if they never existed. But they have left the essence within me, which I have preserved in my treasure box, filled with the letters, the postcards, the friendship bands, the chipped comic books, the broken mixtapes, and the handmade greeting cards. A whole era has taken refuge in my little box, and even the changing of the seasons will not be able to erase them. My story comes to an end today, and I hope you have also felt the same warmth in your share of those forgotten days. But this time, I know that what we lose is never actually lost. We create a space for them inside us where they dwell and revisit us when we need them. This is all for today, and I hope that this reminiscence has put your mind in a state of complete peace. I wish you a calm and blissful night. Good night.